Hello everyone and welcome to 13th episode of the Four Agreements. I'm sure we all are trying to be impeccable with our words, trying to not take anything personally and avoiding to assume things in any of our relationships. These are the three agreements we read about till now in this book. When I read this book for the first time, and started practicing these agreements, day by day, my awareness also increased because I was constantly reminding myself of these agreements in situations I found little challenging. And actually, these three agreements, I think the first one is little tricky and I'm still understanding it. But do not assume anything in relationship and do not take anything personally. These are the easiest one to follow in any situation you find a little difficult, little tricky, challenging. And I realize that it actually helps me a lot to keep my peace of mind and to practically apply in day to day life. And now we are going to read about the fourth agreement, which sort of integrates and allows all these three agreements to become deeply ingrained as our habits. And that is always do your best. Since childhood, we have heard it multiple times always do your best. Just do your best and leave it to the rest. And that what is the fourth agreement that you will do with yourself, that you will always do your best. Of course, the definition of best can definitely change from time to time. But yes, in any situation, you will always do your best, is the fourth agreement. So let's start, dive in, and see what Miguel has to say about it. What is he telling us? Let's start. He says that the fourth agreement is about the action of the first three. Under any circumstance, always do your best. No more, no less. But keep in mind that your best is never going to be the same from one moment to the next. Everything is alive and changing all the time. So, your best will sometimes be of high quality and other times it will not be as good as you would want to. But still, always do your best. When you wake up refreshed and energized in the morning, your best will be better than when you are tired at night. Your best will be different when you are healthy as opposed to sick or sober as opposed to drunk. Your best will depend on whether you are feeling wonderful and happy or upset, angry or jealous, isn't it? And ahead he says, it's not even about the days, but in everyday moods, your best can change from one moment to another, from 1 hour to next, from one day to another. Your best will also change over time. As you build the habit of the four new agreements, your best will become better than it used to be. I can vouch for this. As we build up on these habits of four agreements, our best definitely, my best definitely has become better than it used to be. Regardless of the quality, keep doing your best. He says no more, no less than your best. If you try too hard to do more than your best, you will spend more energy than is needed, and in the end, your best will not be enough. When you overdo, you deplete your body and go against yourself, and it will take you longer to accomplish your goal, which usually happens with people who are very goal oriented. That we always think that my best can be little better. This is not my best. This is not the perfection I want. I could do better than this. And uh, we keep on putting in more efforts, considering that we're not doing our best. But when we do that, we deplete our energy because we need to spend more energy than what we can at that moment in our life. And if you do less than your best, you subject yourself to frustrations, self judgment, guilt, and regrets. Trust me, we all have gone through these phases in our life. He says ahead, just do your best in any circumstance in your life. It doesn't matter if you are sick or tired. If you always do your best, there is no way you can judge yourself. And if you don't judge yourself, there is no way you're going to suffer from guilt, blame, and self punishment. By always doing your best, you will break a big spell that you have been under. And next, there is a very, very interesting story. The story goes, there was a man who wanted to transcend his suffering. So he went to a Buddhist temple to find a master to help him. He went to a master and asked, Master, if I meditate 4 hours a day, how long will it take me to transcend? The master looked at him and said, If you meditate 4 hours a day, perhaps you will transcend in 10 years. Thinking he could do better, the man then said, O master, what if I meditate 8 hours a day? How long will it take me to transcend then? The master looked at him and said, If you meditate 8 hours a day, perhaps you will transcend in 20 years. But why will it take me longer if I meditate more? The man asked. When I said I will meditate for 4 hours, you said I will transcend in 10. And now, when I'm saying I will meditate for 8 hours, I will need 20 years to transcend. How is it so? Then the master replies, You are not here to sacrifice your joy or your life. You are here to live, to be happy, to love. If you can do your best in 2 hours of meditation, but you spend 8 hours instead, you will only grow tired, miss the point, and won't enjoy your life. Do your best, and perhaps you will learn that no matter how long you meditate, you can live, love, and be happy. Such a wonderful story this is. One day, I was doing some chores at home and I realized that I'm rushing through. I just want to finish off the work. I'm rushing through it. Once I realized, I paused and I tried to think, why am I rushing this? Do I have another work after this? Or I just want to get over with it? Am I doing my best by reducing the time while working on this chore? Then it struck me that I don't have to rush through the chore which I am doing to relax and enjoy myself. I can just do my best while I'm doing this chore for this chore and just enjoy it through. Be happy. And that happiness will bring me relaxation anyway. And of course, I did enjoy the chore and didn't feel overwhelmed by it. I'm sure all of you also have such stories. Let's be aware when we find ourselves struggling in a challenging situation and see if we can fit any of the agreements in that situation. Ahead, Miguel writes about the positive outcomes of doing our best in our day to day life, which we will see in the next episode. I hope you did enjoy the story today, and until next time, love and light.